The main reason I picked NC State was because of Coach Lowe. He's played in the ACC, he's played in the NBA, he's coached in the ACC, he's coached in the NBA. So he's gonna get me from each level to be the best player that I can be. So with him helping me out and me working on my own, I can only get better. I'll still be getting the notoriety that I deserve, and if we do good, my name would just get out there more. So it's not really, you can't always think about what's the big school. You got to think about what's best for you. And I feel like as if NC State is best for me. So I just started being with him when N1 was real big. I was just with him all the time. And they actually nicknamed me the Recorder because everything any of them would try to do, I would just look at them and try to do the same thing. And after a while, I just got the hang of it. And that's just been implemented in my game since I was young. And I guess that's why people like my game so much, because I know I'm not like a boring type player. I bring excitement to the game. It was in Vegas. I think it was like second round, and we're about to play a New Jersey team. So when we about to play a New Jersey team, my cousin's from up north that stay in New York. He's like, oh, he's not gonna do nothing against the New Jersey team. I bet you won't even score 20 points. So I was like, what you want to bet? He said, I'll get you a Louis Vuitton shirt. I was like, cool. 20 game starts, I come out and hit a 3. Next time I come down, I hit a 3. The next time I come down, I hit a 3. That's 9 points already. And like the crowd is just going crazy. Yeah, eventually, first half go by, I scored 27 points. So by the third quarter, they're like, oh, he can't top that. So the New Jersey people, you know how they start, yeah. And then my cousins was there, so they started doing, yeah. So that, in my mind, I'm like, yes, this is what I like, to put on a show in front of everybody and them to be hype about it. So I went to work that game. So that's the type of atmosphere I like playing in. Because I just got on the scene. I really didn't play AAU before last summer. And they've been keeping their name out there for so long. So I guess they do deserve their ranking that they got. And I'm happy with the ranking that I got. I never thought I'd be jumping up to 24 and 25. And on some other scouting services, I'm like 12 and 16. I never thought I'd get that high just off of one summer. So what I got, I'm proud of, but I'm still trying to get to that top ranked person. And I know I can get there if I just keep working. Gotta hear it.
Yeah.
One last time.
You better get out and jerk.
Yeah. So I can get my mind right before I go whoop on Dre. This is the student parking lot of my school right here. This is I guess the track team, I guess. I never seen this many black kids here before in my life. Walton High School. They got names for everything that we do around here. Like the football field is Raider Valley, and our gym is called the Pit. This is my coach right here, Coach Buddy. This is his office, but in reality, when it all comes down to it, this is my office.
You know, when he first got here, he was from a physical standpoint, he was a lot smaller than he is now. A lot of people don't realize that, but he was smaller than he is now. But no, he always did things on the court that you just kind of was jaw-dropping, and you just realized that the kid had special talents. But the key thing that kind of separates him from a lot of the other kids is that he works at it continuously. You know, day and night, 2-3 times a day sometimes he works out. You know, he'll finish a workout at 8:30 and come over here and get his shots in at 10:30. So, you know, I think that's one thing that separates him from a lot of kids, and that's what's going to really push him at that next level. You know, he's at workouts more than all the other kids. And, you know, not that he don't need to be at workouts, but, you know, the other kids need to be at workouts more than he does. So, you know, and it's good for me to do that. So I say to these kids, wait a second, if the best player in the state of Georgia can make the Sunday morning workouts, then you should be able to make the Sunday morning workouts, and you're just trying to make a basketball team. He just has something that other folks don't have. He has such a natural feel for the game. And one thing he does, in my office, if you don't if you believe, is clean now, but sometimes there's boxes everywhere. And what he'll do is he'll come in and grab a basketball and full speed dribble or walk around the office dribbling on the carpet in between the boxes. Which one? I mean, nobody else notices that stuff. That was the most incredible thing because he has such a feel for the ball, you know. And he does stuff in the games that people just do practicing in their backyard, you know. And they say, you let him do that? Of course I let him do that. That's part of his game. That's part of what he does. Like he'll put the ball through your legs and catch you on the other side and shoot it, and everybody thinks that's part of his game. He's not clowning you. That's just like going behind his back to him. He wants to be Player of the Year in the state of Georgia. Okay, he wanted to be ranked in the top 25, and he was. I think he's higher, but of course I'm biased. And the other thing is I wanted to see him play in a McDonald's game, and he's working towards it. That's it. Some stuff happened, in the off season, that he didn't maybe get the accolades that we all thought he should get, as far as the Rucker game and some other things. So both of us kind of have a chip on our shoulder that he is one of the top 24 players in the nation, and hopefully the voters will see that. If you watch him play every day, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how much better. Somebody asked me the other day how good Ryan is going to be, and I said, well, he's better than he was last year. And I told him, if you don't learn anything else from me, you learn to be humble. He says, because you never know when everything's going to be fleeting. Everything's going to leave. So you enjoy it and be humble and be thankful for the skills that you have.
I started him when he was 2. We got this Fisher-Price thing. I used to lay down on the floor, and he used to, do his little thing, shooting over me and all that. And I started coaching him when he was 5 years old. And just watch, I'm like, wow. And other people like, did he just do that? I'm like, yeah. And then he was 6 years old, 7 years old. And it got to the point where the kids that he was playing against, they couldn't check him anymore. So as he was growing up, I put him in 3-on-3 tournaments, and we just did that for a while. Moved on to the AAU thing. He was killing it 3-on-3, doing his thing in AAU. But there was something that happened where his height wasn't catching up to his age. So the team that he was originally playing with from a little kid, when he got to, I think, 15, and his height didn't start getting to where his age was at, they were like, well, I really don't think we can use him. I was like, wow. So I had to take my son from Georgia to North Carolina and put him on a team in North Carolina. Ryan to go play AAU ball for 8 hours and get home, Mark, let's go to the gym. And stay in here for 4 hours and work out. And come home and work out tomorrow. That's dedication. When you dedicated to your craft, this is what happens. It took a long time for people, my wife and I, we was just talking about this, took a long time for people to start realizing who this kid was. But now that they did, they caught in on the right time, trust me. A bunch of coaches seen him, but Sidney Lowe was the one that said, well, we're going to watch this kid for a minute. And he watched him. Then they eventually invited him up to an elite camp. When he got to that elite camp and did what he had to do, he said, we want you at our school. His confidence is getting bigger and bigger. As you can see, he's growing. His body's starting to fill out. And he's only 18. So when he gets 19 and 20 and is a man, it's going to be scary for some people, man.
I told you, I'm a winner. Losing is against my religion, so it's not in my blood.